Hey everyone, and welcome back to bass building with the not so good BassKeeper. So, or in other words, think you should not try. In the last video you have seen that I already have drilled a couple of holes into the body, so especially for the strings. I made the canals between the humbucker positions and the electronics so far. Got a huge of mistakes, as you have seen in the last video. We had now plenty of damage on some places, but to this I come a little bit later. Also, I mentioned in the very first video of this series that the caps for the poties were missing, so finally the new ones have now arrived, so I have to clean them a little bit up as they got a little bit dusty from the sanding. So yeah, we have some really nice looking retro vintage caps here. So these are basically the same as the ones which should have been included in the package. After a little bit of research, these kind of caps were also used on some Gibson vintage guitars, which looking quite similar to this one here, to this Cherry Stone kit. But especially for guitar and not for bass. But I already figured out the measurement is correct. So when we now grab one of the poties here, so we can exactly place them on top of it and we are able to rotate them. So this was the last piece which was missing. So I ordered them for a couple of euros, so they were not that expensive. This is fine so far. So, and up into my bag of stuff. Yeah, as you saw in the last video, so I had to remove a piece of wood here, so for the candle between the humbucker positions. I already glued a new piece of wood into it, so put some good pressure on it, let it harden it out, and then I cut it out the forms on both sides. Even I flattened it out while sanding, so now it's really plain. So also the hole which was here, so you can still see where it was. I put also a piece of wood into it. I cut a little bit piece of wood out. So for this one I used just ordinary connectors for cabinets or for some other furniture. Cut it a piece off, put it in. So first I drilled the exact measurement for the hole, so placed the wood inside, glued it, and I sanded it also down. So this is also plain and fine. So, but yeah, as already mentioned, the surface of the rest of the body is still really rough. It's a complete difference to the part where I already have sanded. So this is the next step what we have to do. So we have to sand this stuff down. So for that I have a bunch of sanding paper here. So we have the 150, also we have a 220, so a bit rest of an 80, and we will be able to go up to 320, and then last but not least up to 600. I'm not sure if I will use the 320 and the 600 ones. I used this for one of my first bass builds for grinding down a little bit the primer. Not sure if I will use them here, but I'm pretty sure the other ones I will use. So I already have some 150 here on my block, so which I have used for the grindings, for the sandings of the two additional parts here, for the pieces. Yes, so I would say enjoy it while I'm doing the work. Fast forward as ever, so have fun. So we are done with the sanding so far. Yeah, during the sanding I recognized that my battery of the camera was about to die, so I had to stop recording and had to charge the battery first. But yeah, I worked further during the charging time, so now the body is completely sanded from both sides. Also, I was thinking it would look a little bit nice when we have some additional scratches and scarves and all that inside of the body. So I added some additional ones. So also here you can see that. So it gives a little more rough and used look. So it isn't that perfect. So as the whole kit isn't perfect, but it gives, in my opinion, a little bit more flair into the whole kit and into the whole result. So we will see how much of all that stuff will be visible after we have stained the body, so through all the colorings which are planned. Also, during the charging time I already sanded the neck and headstock, so also I packed it completely up with painting tape. So this is working pretty fine. I have done this already in the last bass build I made, so I know that it's worth to use it. So it will not damage the fretboard during the painting or during the sanding phase. Yeah, now it's everything fine, so that we can now start with the glaze painting on the neck and the headstock. So, but this will come a little bit later. So I have to wait a couple of more hours till the wood glue is hardened out, as I have put a little bit of additional glue into the gap between the replacement wood part and the chipboard. So we will do that by the next time, after everything is hardened out. So I already have the painting here, so which will be used for that. We will see how it goes. So never worked with glaze before, but shouldn't be that hard. Also we will then start with the staining of the body. So as already mentioned in the first video, we start with a black painting, with a black staining on all the sides. So but first, of course, I have to cover, somehow this little plastic frame which is going around the complete body from all the sides here. It's a plastic thing. This needs to be covered up first before we can start with the staining. And when it's stained, so we will see how we go further then with the coloring for the burst effect, as I also have never done that before. But yeah, hopefully it will work well. But we will see. So, but until then, I would say, have a nice time. So, big thank you that you have watched the entire video so far. Hope you will join me again at the next video, so when we continue on that cherry stone build. So, and until then, I would say have a good one and bye bye.